In this brief session, I want to talk about your community and how it's such a valuable asset to your business. The reason I created this video here is to help you understand, because I've seen in the past many times people will not treat their community with respect and they don't realize what they have. I've seen people with huge Facebook pages that just spam the heck out of them, and some people who create these big Facebook communities and they do nothing with them because they don't realize how valuable they are. So let's talk about your community and what it's worth. It's worth a lot. See, as you build this, you're going to be creating different communities. You're going to be creating a Facebook community, and you're going to be getting followers. And if you follow our guidelines of consistency every single day in action, this community over the next several years will be tens of thousands, could be hundreds of thousands. You could even get into the millions. There are many people in our little group here that we started when we started doing this a few years ago that have communities that are over 1 million people. Now, I want you to understand something, that every time they post to their wall, thousands and thousands of people see those posts. Do you think that community is valuable? Yeah. Now, sometimes it can kind of be hard to understand if your community is valuable. Like, this is a new community that I just started, and I've got 148 likes right now as you're, watching this video. And it's, by the time you're watching this, probably going to have more. But this is going to grow and grow and grow. And as your posts go viral, as your audience gets bigger, that number increases a lot more, almost even exponentially. And it is super, super valuable. The other types of communities you'll be creating is, you might be creating a Pinterest community, you might create an Instagram, your Twitter community, and an email list. Let's talk about these different communities. So, the parts in those communities are the social interaction. So say you've got your Facebook, you're going to be getting in front of people's Facebook feeds almost on a daily basis, as if you treat it right. Same thing with Pinterest, Instagram. The email list is one of the things that, if you decide to create an email list through your page, is going to be very, very valuable to you. Because that is the one thing that you actually truly own, and that you can have a lot more flexibility with the email list. Now, the next question is where you say, well, I've got this valuable asset, but can I sell them? Well, that's what's kind of the weird thing about this model is, you start these communities on Facebook, you start these communities on social media, but you actually don't own them technically. And so if you were to go advertise and say, hey, I'm selling my Facebook page, well, you can't actually do that. And you're going to get people that are going to ask you, you're going to get these private messages of people saying, hey, I want to buy your Facebook page. And just ignore those. Those are all scams. They're just trying to get you to give them control of your Facebook page, because they understand how valuable that is. Now, you can't sell them, but you can sell them. And let's talk about how you would actually do this. So we look at our long-term picture here is, you're going to be building a whole viral site system community. You're going to be building a brand. You're going to be building the site that you're building. And the whole thing together, you can sell. It includes all the pieces. This would be something you'd pretty much do in private. If you're part of our viral site system network, and when we do a buyout and you're included in that, all these pieces and components will be included in that. You'll basically give people access to those. They don't technically own them, but they get to use them because that's part of the whole picture. Does that make sense? So just be really careful about ever telling anyone you're going to sell your Facebook page. But it can be worth hundreds of thousands, if not even millions of dollars, these communities that you create, because you're creating traffic flow, and that's what everyone needs. So I just wanted you to understand that, treat this with respect, treat this as a long-term business, and realize that you're just getting that first community going. You may not think it's worth a whole lot, but just have a bigger vision, look down the road. Now, I want to share one last thing with you, talk about the valuable asset. Now, the one asset that you're going to have a lot is your website. You own that. You own the traffic that comes into that. That's your traffic. You can monetize it. The other thing you own, again, is that email list, and I'll leave you with this, something to think about. As you start to build an email list, and usually you don't start that email list until your traffic gets up a little bit. We'll be showing everyone how to add that. But I want you to kind of calculate here how much each one of those subscribers is worth. Now, it really depends, but you can see lots of things. But I've generally found that each subscriber to my list over time is worth about $1 per month. So imagine having, a 10,000 email subscriber list of people that want your content. That's going to be worth about $10,000 to you. Now, sometimes it's going to be more, sometimes it's going to be less. Even if it was only worth, 25 cents to you, what would happen if your Facebook page and your community got, or your email list got up to 50,000, 100,000, 200,000, a million? So I really want you to think long picture here. You've got some valuable assets you're going to be building. So let's get started. Let's build our community.